Good morning everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Now this is a take 3 because my eyes have been streaming all weekend and I've been wanting to put out this video. They're still streaming, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Nothing to do with the makeup, although I suspect that my Magic Away concealer's not helping because it's got rather thick. But anyway, it's my eyes. They're just playing up. But you haven't come here to watch this. You've come here to see the new Charlotte Tilbury Matte Eyes to Mesmerise. Now, I bought 4 shades. And actually, thank you to Charlotte Tilbury. They made a bit of a mess up. And I ordered 4 shades. And I got 3 shades and a taupe brow lift. And I rang them Friday night. And all kudos to them. On Saturday morning by next day delivery, I got the 4th shade. So I've got all 4 shades to show you. And I'm going to, now this is how long lasting they are. I was doing swatch pictures last night and I forgot to wipe my arm. This is how long lasting they are. And I'm going to tell you a bit more about that in a minute. But I'm going to use my other arm and let's get swatching, shall we? So, I'm going to try and do these in shade order. So the lightest one, you can barely see this on my arm. Now, this is what they look like. Now, a lot of people got a shock when these first arrived because they look like they are like the shimmery formula, as in a cream, but they're not. They are actually a sort of harder, waxier formula, okay? But I've found that actually they're very good if you warm them up with your fingers. I know we're all obsessed with using brushes these days, but I actually think these work better with the fingers. Okay, now that is Nude Cashmere, and I'm going to do a Photoshop shot of all of these. Photoshop of all of these in a minute. So that's Nude Cashmere. Then we have Beige. Smoky Beige, is it? Smoky Beige? Flawless Beige. Flawless Beige. So that's what Flawless Beige looks like. And this is what it looks like on the palest part of my arm. Okay. And then we have my favourite. I've got that silly light up mirror again, but I'm just going to leave it there for now. My favourite, which is taupe, Smokey Taupe, which looks like this. And the reason, I am going to move that because it's just annoying me now. The reason that I like this is it just looks really flattering on the eye. And it provides a really nice definition. So that is Smokey Taupe. Now, don't forget, these are the unblended in version of these. Obviously, you wouldn't be putting on that much of a thick layer. And then the darkest shade, which arrived on Saturday morning, is Chocolate Veil. Is it Chocolate Veil? Chocolate something. Chocolate Veil, I got it right. So Chocolate Veil. So let me use another finger for this. And I'm glad in a way that I haven't been able to put out the video because I've been playing. I've been playing with these and I'm actually very excited by them. Now, looking at them, you might think those are not very exciting. They're quite, a hard, waxy formula. And they do... I know that some people have been saying to me that other reviewers, I don't watch other reviews, but some people tell me what other reviewers have said. And they've been saying they're quite dry on the eyes, which they are. But that is their beauty. Can you tell I'm really excited about these? I actually think that these are going to be in makeup artist kits everywhere. And I'm going to tell you why. But let me just take a photograph so that you can see all the 4 shades in a good light. I took so many swatch pictures yesterday, but not in a good light. So I'm going to do that now and I'll be right back. Okay, now I forgot to mention that there are 5 shades in total available. The one I didn't get was the black one. Black eyeshadow never really suits me. Yes, black eyeliner, but not black eyeshadow. So I just don't tend to go for it. Never bought the black colour chameleon, the shimmery one. I wasn't that keen on the matte colour chameleon matte black one that was in the kit. So I just didn't go for that one. But I'm very happy with the other shades. Now you're probably looking at those swatches thinking, why is Ali so excited about these? I mean, in all honesty, they do look a little bit like, they reminded me of when I was a kid and I used to play mud pies in the garden. Do you remember that? You know, they're all 4 muddy shades. But I am excited about them and I'm going to tell you why. So these remind me so much of the MAC paint pots. Very infamous MAC paint pots. The first one in Nude Cashmere reminds me a lot of Painterly. It's got a pink undertone to it, not a yellow undertone. The yellow undertone one from MAC is called Soft Ochre. But this reminds me a lot of Painterly. Now this can be used, and I think the reason that I love these so much is they're going to be such a versatile part of my kit. And any makeup artist is going to find them incredibly versatile. And I'm going to go on and explain a little bit more in a minute. But that is very like Painterly. Now, Flawless Beige. I can't tell you which one that reminds me of. But there's one, and I think it's Flawless Taupe. Flawless Taupe reminds me of Groundwork by MAC. And then there's the chocolate one. But here's what I think. I've tried them out for a few days and I think that they're going to make a really good base. They are very dry on the eye, right? And I'm going to talk about application tips in a minute. But being dry on the eye can have its advantages. And here's what. Now, last night, I tried out some looks and I went to bed and I thought, oh, I'm so tired. I really don't want to be taking my makeup off. Now, all I had was the eyeshadow on. I didn't have any foundation. I had actually cleansed my face, but I just literally before I went to bed put on these eyeshadows to try out some looks. And I thought, okay, I'm going to leave them on. Good excuse. I'm feeling too tired to take them off. And this morning I woke up and they were exactly in place. They hadn't budged. Now, the thing about a good matte eyeshadow that is not going to crease and is not going to budge, they are an absolute must-have if you're like me and you've got hooded lids. Because they are going to offer that definition in your socket that just putting one of these shimmery ones, like I think I've got rose gold out here somewhere. Where is it? Rose gold. The problem about putting something like that, and you can see it's been well used, is that it looks beautiful on the mobile lid, but you get it near that hood and you can see my hooded lid is getting very hooded now. It's almost over my eye. You get it on there and it's actually going to accentuate it. Now, these are going to be great because you can put them on first and you will get so much definition to your eyes and they aren't going to budge. And now the other thing is that I think in the demonstrations that Charlotte was doing, she was putting them on with a brush. And I have tried to do that and you certainly can intensify them with a brush. But the way I would suggest using these are like the Trini London eyeshadows, because the warmth of your finger will melt them to spread them evenly on application. Now, I'm going to do a look right now, and then at the end, I'm going to tell you about some other looks that you can do with these eyeshadows, but this is going to be my favourite look, and so I'm going to get going with it now, and I'm going to use Smokey Taupe. Right, now I've pointed out that this is very hooded compared to that eye. Can you see? I am going to put Smokey Taupe, and also it's not watering as much on this eye. And I'm just going to spread it. Oh, I've got a bit of concealer creasing on my lids. I'm just going to spread this over the entire lid, like so. And even this on its own, I think is really pretty. Right, now you can take your smudge brush and use these as well to just line underneath. They do work with the brushes, but in case you find the texture's a bit too stiff and it's not blending well, I would definitely recommend putting them on with your fingers, because they melt a little bit when it comes in contact with your fingers, and then therefore you get an even application. And also what these are good for when you put on with a brush is if you just want to intensify in the socket a little bit, say in that outer corner, you can do that with the brush. And they take a minute to dry down, so you've got a little bit of playtime. But they're definitely more workable if you put them on with your fingers. Right, I'm just going to do this one for now, and so that you can see the difference. Bearing in mind, this is the most hooded lid. Now, I'm going to use the second one. Just going to clean off my fingers with a wipe that I have set by, and I'm going to use the Nude one. The Nude, what's it called? Nude Cashmere. And I'm going to put this, again, dabbing it on with my fingers, onto my mobile lid. Now, this Nude Cashmere would work really well as well if you're putting on as a base, if you're putting on a colour like blue or green, and maybe you've got an olive undertone and it always disrupts the colour. This is one of those that would work excellently as an eye base, and things are going to stick to this. Now, I like to intensify this. Now, can you see how eye-opening that is already? It's given me the look of having a bit more of a mobile lid than I actually have. It looks more even now with that eye, but I'm going to go further. So I'm going to do and I've done this a couple of times, but I'm actually going to do the sophisticate look for brighter, wider eyes that Charlotte Tilbury did, but using these two eyeshadows. And I'm sure when I've finished that you'll all agree that it's really good look for somebody with hooded lids. Right, now I'm going to apply a navy liner, and this one is by Victoria Beckham, on my upper and lower lid. Then Charlotte's eye cheat in my lower waterline. And then I'm just going to put on some Huda Legit Lashes mascara, and I'll be right back. And there you have it. I think you can see that that eye looks a lot brighter and a lot more open, and it's a great little trick for us hoodies. Now, you can use a darker one in the corner. Like if you wanted to play around with this, I'm going to just take, I keep picking up the wrong one. Let's take Chocolate Veil, and I can put something even darker in the corner just to completely put a shadow over that, just to intensify the corner, the outer corner a bit more. And these do dab on with a brush, but you do need to be quick in terms of blending them in. And I think the best way is to blend them with your fingers. Right, I'm going to go and do the other side, and then I'm going to come back and tell you some of the other things that you can do with these eyeshadows. Right, that's the look. I hope you've enjoyed me showing what you can do with this. Now, the other things that you can do is you can use one of the darker shades. Obviously not, maybe that you can use the nude one as well for a kind of, so the nude one, this one, is really good for a no makeup look. Put it on in the morning and it just looks like your eyes are brighter. Really good if you want a no makeup look. One of these, the Smokey Taupe or the Smoky Beige, or even the chocolate one. Don't forget that the chocolate one, even though it looks quite dark, once you blend these out on the lids, they're not going to be as dark as they seem. Obviously, that looks a lot darker. But once you blend them out, they look less dark. So it's really more about the undertone that you want. But these also make a perfect base for another eyeshadow. I could have done this look, and instead of using the nude shade here, the nude cashmere, I could have put one of Charlotte's shimmery Eyes to Mesmerise on. Now, getting to that, the other look that I've tried, and I will do this one tomorrow for you all, is to take one of the darker ones and again put it over the entire lid, and then take one of her original Eyes to Mesmerise in a lighter shimmery shade, and then with a flat brush you can do a really easy cut crease and it looks beautiful. So I'm going to do that look tomorrow and I will film that and let you know. So I actually think I'm loving these. Once they're on and they're set, they do not budge. Yes, they feel a bit dry on the eye, but that's the beauty of them. They're not going to move. Now, as I said, there are 5 available. Okay. Now, you're probably thinking, right, I do want to try these. If you're thinking of trying them, which ones do I get? I would say an absolute no-brainer is to get the nude cashmere. You will use that because it is a very good nude shade to use as an eye base. So it's very good if you are putting another colour over and you're just using it as a base. It's very light painterly, so it will work as a brilliant eye primer, but it will also lighten up your lids. Definitely if you suffer from dark lids, you know, if they're a little bit discoloured, this is really good because it will just restore your lids and it will stay put. That is the difference between this and a concealer that might be a little bit more emollient. So I would definitely say as a no-brainer, nude cashmere. And then I think it's about which one. You probably don't need all of them. There's the Smokey Taupe, which is more of a grey undertone. Then you've got the Flawless Beige, which is more of a brownie undertone. They're the kind of mid colours. Then you've got the chocolate one, which is probably better if you've got darker skin or you really want to define your eyes. And then you've got the black. I would say for the black looks really great if you want a smoky eye and you've got, particularly you've got blue eyes, because black really accentuates blue eyes. Doesn't suit me, but don't forget you smoke it out. So it's something that you can use and you can smoke out into the crease. Anyway, I hope that's answered any questions. I'll be back in a second. I just need to wipe my nose. I know, too much information. So I would say definitely these are something that I'm going to use a lot. I love them. And I think if you've got hooded lids, you're going to love them. I think they last all day long. And if you fall asleep in them, like I did, they're going to last you till the morning, although I wouldn't recommend it. But they are going to stay put. I'm also going to try them out, maybe on my live, as a base for another eye colour to see what the eye colour looks like over the top. But I would say definitely a couple of these in your kit is something worth having. And I know there've been mixed reviews, but that's why I don't watch them, because I like to form my own opinion. And I think a lot of makeup artists are going to love these new eyeshadows by Charlotte Tilbury. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye. Mwah.